Another question that I get asked is, if I'm operating ethically, am I outpositioned by unethical competitors? How do I deal with unethical competitors? I think it's easier to run an ethical business than it is to run an unethical one. If you're running an ethical business on Ethiconomics guidelines, for example, then you've got a consistency within your business. You can trade on consistent terms, your employee contracts are on consistent terms, your culture is understood, everyone within the business understands the values and the culture of your business. So everyone's performing to the same guidelines, the same standards, the same criteria. So whenever a customer comes and engages you in your business, they're going to get the same level of response. They're not going to go to one person and get one answer and another and get another answer. They're not going to have to find the right sales rep. They're not going to have to wait till the right time of the year. If you engage all your employees and your supply chain, the community, shareholders, with the values that you are deploying in your business, then it becomes easy to run it ethically because you're running it on the same lines. The values that are in your vision are represented in your mission. They're enacted out by your leaders. They get engaged and ingrained in your objectives. You can build strategies around those objectives. So every task, every tactic that you complete supports your overall vision. And if that vision includes your values, which include engagement and empowerment, for example, then everyone's pulling in the same direction. Let me give you an example. Everyone thrives on competition, and we say, right, okay, make me more money and I'll make you wealthier. I'll give you an example where it didn't quite work, that we didn't learn from. Anyone remember Nick Gleason, the maverick trader, rogue trader? Everyone thought he was a one-off. He was bending the rules to his own advantage. Nobody really took any notice. Everyone let him get on with it. People could see what was going on. He knew what was going on. Nobody did anything about it. What happens? Bearing bank collapses. Now, what I can't really get my head around on this isn't that he was doing what he was doing. That's for him and his business. But we didn't learn from it. So what happens 10, 15 years later? The same type of person is behaving in the same unethical, self-motivated, unregulated way. What happens next? The banking industry collapses, Lehman Brothers collapses, and suddenly this maverick, operating on his own terms of ethics and standards, becomes a prophet. He actually becomes a forerunner, telling us if we don't deal with these situations properly, and if we don't operate ethically, consistently, with respect for our employees, respect for our clients, then that sets a standard within the whole industry that basically brings down the industry. We lose faith as customers in the banking system. We've just bailed out the banking system in the UK. Greece and Spain and Ireland have all fallen foul of this deregulation or self-regulation. You could argue whether that's ethical or unethical, but it isn't good practice. Ethical business is good practice because it's consistent and it's authentic. So don't worry about unethical competition. And there's another point. Look at the world of social media. How quickly does bad information spread these days? When I was in a sales environment, there was a tenet that went along the lines of 7 times bad news is 1 times good news. For everything you do badly, it goes 7 times quicker or to 7 times more people than good practice. Bearing in mind now, your reputation, whether that's your brand or whatever you associate with that, gets spread instantly around the world. Instantly. Twitter, social media, LinkedIn, all of these sites will develop and expand your reputation. If your reputation is one of being unethical, or one of treating customers badly, treating staff badly, that will be around the world very, very quickly. So flip that around. Think of how much good you can use these tools for if you've got a good reputation because you're operating internally and externally on ethical standards with ethical practices. Unethical competition is not a problem. Be ethical, be economical.